I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
What's up, guys? Crumblings here, and welcome back to Season 3 of Horus SMP. It is Episode 5, and we are back in the end. Now, this time it is not to enchant our gear, because as you can see, we are decked out with fully enchanted diamond gear, but it is actually to go get ourselves some Elytra. So, without further ado, it is time to raid some end cities. Let's get to those clips. So as you saw in those clips, we got tons and tons of loot from those end cities. All sorts of goodies. It's kind of making me wish that I had not done all that enchanting, because a lot of this stuff I could have really used when doing that. But oh well, that's how it is sometimes. And as you can see, we managed to get 2 pairs of Elytra, which is awesome. We now have a backup pair. As you can see, I did put Unbreaking 3 on this Elytra because I have been using it since those last clips, and I didn't want it to break before getting to this clip. But this Elytra is still missing another enchantment, and that is Mending. And that means it's time for us to make some sort of villager setup, some sort of villager breeder and a little librarian setup, so we can get a villager that has a mending book. Now, my idea for making this villager breeder is, obviously, of course, we're sticking with the theme. I want it to be somewhere in the jungle, which means we need to find a nice spot of real estate in this jungle to build a villager breeder. Now, I've already put a lot of thought into this, a lot of time. I found a spot, and I've also come up with an idea, so I'm going to show you guys that spot real quick. unless I way overshoot it, because I have not flown with the Elytra much. Now my idea for this spot, and it's kind of hard to get, I might have to get a good shot of it from the air. Yeah, we'll do that. I've been going around with my spectator account to get kind of a better idea of all the areas. Alright, let's see if we can get a good view from up here. No, we can't, because it's just all trees. Okay, basically my idea is to go, yeah, we're gonna land. I might get a, oh, okay, kind of a better view from this tree. But as you can see, there's a nice outcropping here of a couple of quite a few trees, quite a few big trees that are kind of centered around this central area. Now the idea I have for this villager breeder, and it's going to be kind of hard to explain, but basically what I want is to have the villager breeder and all these trees on the outside. So basically my idea is to keep the position of all these trees, but to take them down except for this one, because this one's nice and tall, and replant them until they're all about this height. And then I'll have a nice, pretty outstanding circle of trees. Then from there, I'm going to build a cylindrical shape for the villager breeder in the center and kind of have it hanging off these trees, if that makes sense. I just have kind of a general idea of it right now. I don't have a great idea of what I want it to look like, but I have enough to go off of. So there will be kind of a cylinder in the center with sort of ropes or fences or something kind of hanging down to make it look as if it's being suspended by all these trees in this circle. And then from there, underneath the breeder, I want to dig out a nice big cylinder all the way down and have it be kind of a hole in the jungle floor. And in that hole, there will be different levels for each type of villagers. So for example, there would be like a librarian level that have a bunch of lecterns with a bunch of villagers that have all kind of book trades we need. There will be like a farmer level, and then we can kind of theme each of those levels. But in order to do all of this, kind of have big plans. So the first step I need to do is I need to clear out this area so I can get a good idea of the circle that I have with the trees. So I'm going to hop onto the camera account, do a quick time lapse of me clearing out this jungle floor and kind of replanting some of these trees so that they're bigger. So hopefully that goes well, and I should be able to get a nice good angle from the camera account of me doing all of that. Alright, so as you can see, we've cleared out a large portion of the circle of the jungle floor, and I don't know if you can see man, I'm really bad at flying. I don't know if you could see too well in the time lapse, but I kept coming up here to take a look, and I was messing around with the logs a bit. So the thing I've been kind of going back and forth between is making this, keeping a lot of these trees and making it, it's obviously right now it's not that nice of a circle, so doing that or planting the trees myself and making more of a perfect circle. And I'm thinking I'm going to do kind of a hybrid of that. So I'm going to plant my own trees but keep them roughly in the same positions as the current ones. So I'm going to go, so the base tree I'm going off is this one here. This one's keep staying no matter what. It's not getting regrown or anything. I'm thinking the other base trees I'm going to use is that one right there. I'm going to regrow that one so it's taller. And then same thing, regrow this one here so that it's taller. And then have my fourth one be this tree, but move this tree back a bit, just because if you look here, that's roughly the center between these. That's the center between these two trees. And this one has a nice gap, but this gap's pretty small. So I think I'm just going to remove that tree. And then take down the rest of the trees roughly and kind of replant them along the circle. But like have a tree roughly where this one is, have a tree roughly where... Well, that one's kind of out in the open, but if you get the general idea. So I'm going to continue on with that and kind of replant some of the trees and have at least a nicer circle, because I don't want it to be a perfect circle because then it's going to look, too perfect. But I want to have plenty of space for the breeder and the cylinder hole in the ground, and I want it to be roughly a nice circle. Right now, I just don't like how kind of jagged and misshapen. It's actually kind of like a diagonal square looking at it like that. So I'll continue on with that. We'll see another time lapse of me replanting and regrowing some of these trees, as well as clearing out more, because I'm realizing that tree and that tree right there need to go. So yeah, more time lapse. Can't wait. Because there are so many time lapses in today's video, I decided it was about time I made one of them a talking one. Mainly because I have a couple things I'd like to address. So first of all, as I'm sure you have all noticed, I am back to being active on YouTube. Took about a 9-month break, mainly because of school. And to be honest, sometimes I just lose interest in doing YouTube. I lose the motivation, and I don't want to be uploading bad videos because I'm losing motivation. I want all my videos to be the best quality I can make them at the time. So I tend to take breaks, and I didn't want to say anything about coming back like I did the past times because I know sometimes I'm flaky about that. But I've really been enjoying YouTube lately. I've had a lot more time on my hands due to current events, which is another reason why I'm back. So I will probably be back for good. And since coming back, I have been sticking to kind of a 3 video per week, 1 to 2 live stream per week schedule. I'm probably going to be trying my best to stick to that. Like I said, until the next coming fall semester, I will have a lot more time on my hands, so I will have time to be making these videos. Come fall semester, meaning late August, early September, things may change. I really don't know. I'm not very good at planning for the future, so for the moment, until August, I will be back and active. The second thing I want to talk about real quick is kind of some changes in the video style I've been doing. After coming back, looking back at some of my old videos, I noticed there were areas of my old videos that had room for improvement in terms of quality. So coming back, I'm paying more attention to the video quality itself. That's why you may notice in today's video there are a couple different clips with a couple different quality values, partially because I was working with old and new clips and kind of had to combine them together, partially because I had some problems with with the time lapse and the camera account because it has been so long since I did that. So it's kind of a mix of qualities, but overall I'm trying to improve quality, so hopefully that is noticeable in the future videos because I'm working hard to try to produce the best quality videos that I can, and now looking back I realize areas of improvement, so hopefully those are noticeable because I am working hard. Thank you guys for watching today's video. I just want to thank you real quick, and hopefully you enjoy the rest of said video. So far we have a really nice progress coming along. As you can see, I decided to make more of a solid ring. I'm not going to make all my trees exactly on that ring, but I'm going to make it kind of a rough estimate. And as you can see, we got in at least one of our first few trees. This one's a really nice height. I realized that the top ring I had created was really preventing these trees from growing to their proper height. This one over here I put in as well, and now that I'm looking at it from here, I think it's too low, so I'm going to have to replant it. But we at least got 2 of our trees in so far, and we have a nice area cleared out. Now the reason I'm taking a quick break from the time lapses is because I'm running low on rockets. This is the rest of all my gunpowder. So I've heard that Flaming Fossa has a gunpowder farm, so I'm thinking we could head over there and check out. I don't know if he has a store set up for it or not, but I'm thinking I can always just cop something and just pay him for it. So we'll grab our diamonds. I do have diamonds actually in one of these shulker boxes. So I'll grab these. We don't have many diamonds to pay for it with, but we don't really need that much gunpowder. So grab that and an anvil, and I'm gonna head on over to Flaming Fossa's base to see if I can't find his gunpowder farm. So I have found it, and my god, this thing is huge. Very high up in the sky. My render distance is too low for it. I can't even see it all the way up there. But I believe this is it. And they're redstone lamps, so I'm assuming this is a lot of chests. I'm assuming... Oh my gosh, are that many chests filled with gunpowder? That's crazy. Okay, he's got so much. Alright, well, I guess we'll get 2 stacks of it, and I'll pay him a diamond per stack. Not selling this. Well, I'll just send him a message so he knows. And we can hop in and we'll take 2 stacks. Oh my gosh, it's already filled. How are you supposed to stand still and grab the gunpowder here? You know what, I'm just gonna take it from the bottom. We grabbed one stack too many on accident. So I'll send him a message, and if I'm ripping him off or if he's not selling it, I'll pay him back or something. But for now, Wait, did I grab 2 stacks too many? I mean, he's got an insane amount, so I don't... If I just took it, he probably... I need to stop. Flame, you need to design a better, a better storage system. This is kind of annoying. Okay, yeah, I grabbed one too many, so we grabbed the other one. Alright, we can make rockets now, because we're down to 4, and the reason I'm only grabbing 2 stacks is I'm not flying around that much. I only need the power 1. Honestly, the flight duration 3s are too much. So we'll head back to the base, make some rockets, and continue making a dent in this massive, very thick jungle.
From now on, do every single thing I tell you to do and do it quick. You big bullet. I like your blood. Come on, manacles in a murder room. Stop at nothing to get you off his head. If that's the situation, prepare heaven when I come here. Well,
what da do da da do da da do. What da do da da do da da do. What da do da da do da da do.
So after way more planting and replanting than I had imagined. We are finally done. We have our nice outcropping in the center with 8 big trees around it to work with. Now these 2 trees over here are a little smaller, and so I was thinking of replanting them, but then I realized what I can just do is I can just take down the top of them, build them a little taller by hand, and then put the top back on. And I think I'm going to do that. If they're at heights where they could be okay, but I think I might end up making them a little taller, just because I really like the height that like these 2 trees are at. So I might bump up a lot of these trees to that height, but for now I'm just going to leave it because I've done so much mining of trees. I want to take a break. But yeah, we have a nice visual of what's going on now, so I'll kind of explain it a little better. Basically, once again, what my idea is there's going to be kind of a central disc in the center. That's going to be the villager breeder. That's where the breeding is going to happen. And this disc is going to be kind of hung from each of these 8 trees by some sort of rope or ladder, fence, or I was thinking I could just maybe use, what is going on over there? Got some baby ocelots with that mama ocelot on top of the tree. Interesting. Anyway, I was thinking maybe I could use leaves, and then it'll hang kind of a nice big disc that's about 2/3 the size of this central circle. And then from that disc, there's going to be a big hole in the ground going down as deep as we need it. Once again, that's probably about 2/3 the size of this disc, and that's where we're going to have our different layers for librarians, farmers, all of that. So it'll be organized kind of like when we take a side look, we'll have a nice subsection, nice cut of everything. We can see each layer. Each layer will be decorated. This is going to be a big project. That's why I just wanted to take one episode to kind of do the clearing, and that is why, unfortunately, I am out of time for this episode. Next episode, we're going to be dealing with the breeder. I just don't have time to make that this episode. It's going to be a big project, and I already had a lot of time lapses in this video, so hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please leave a like. It would be greatly appreciated. If you really liked the video and you aren't already subscribed, please subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all next time.